I've got a question for you. Would you spend $695 to vend at a market for one day? Or would you rather spend $695 for a weekend, 3 days, and hope that you make all your money back? Now, either way, it's a serious investment, but it also is a gamble. Let's talk about it. Allow me to give you some context to how this all came about. I applied to be a vendor at an expo. And when I applied to the expo, it was $995. And I was thinking, I've done the smaller markets. Now it's time to step up the game. $995. I was trying to figure out how all of this was going to happen and still be on top of, you know, getting the things that I need for my business as well as still live my daily life. So then I found out that they made payment arrangements, but it wasn't quite in the format that I could actually work with. If it had been 3 payments, I could have worked with it, but it was only 2. So I let a little time pass me by as I was thinking about it. Would it make sense to do it? And then over a period of time, I forgot about it. And then on Instagram, I was following a group, been following them for quite some time, and they had a 3-day event. Hey, I'm all for it. And it was $695. They made payment arrangements. So with that being said, I applied to it. I let some time pass by and, let them do their thing because I have to wait to see if I'm approved, right? So in the meantime, for the expo, they contacted me yesterday and they advised me that the price has gone down. So therefore, it's not $995 anymore, it's $695. With that being said, I'm thinking, okay, this could work. But then I thought to myself, okay, $695 for one day. Here's where I've got to weigh the pros and the cons. So I told the young lady, I said, hey, give me 24 hours and I'll get back to you. Well, in that 24-hour time frame, I was actually approved for the 3-day event for $695. Okay, so now I've got to weigh the pros and the cons of whether it makes sense to do one day or whether it makes sense to do 3 days. Here we go. So let's talk about the real cost. And it's not just about the booth fees at an expo or a market. It really is the time, the effort, the strategy that goes into trying to get this money back. A lot of this is before you even step foot on the sales floor. I was thinking, hey, I got to factor in gas. I have to factor in food and snacks. I have to factor in parking. Okay. And the one thing that we don't talk about enough is the people who help you set up, take down. We've got to factor in their time, their gas, their food, and their snacks. Like they're going to want some type of compensation. So again, you got to have a real strategy before you even step foot on the sales floor. The pros of a one-day event are it's less exhausting. I don't have to worry about spending a whole lot of money on food, snacks, parking. And if the foot traffic is great, baby, I got my money back, right? The con to it is if the foot traffic is not popping, well, we already know. We already know. And you only get one shot to make an impression. So that right there is a huge deal breaker. So I think, again, there's more pros than there are cons, but that con could be overshadowed or could overshadow the pros. The pros to a 3-day event, these are what come to mind. You have an opportunity to connect with your people. You build some type of momentum, some type of rapport, multiple sales. Okay. Secondly, that comes to mind is that you have time to recover. There are going to be peaks and valleys when it comes to markets. You have those moments where everyone is at your table, and you have those moments where it's like, okay, we're here. Hello. You can also tweak. I'm sorry. You can also tweak your display and as well your pricing based upon the feedback that you get from those customers who come to your table. So those are the things that really stand out for me as the pros. Now the cons, you spend more money on food and snacks. You spend more money on parking. Yeah, there's more energy put into the setup and takedown. Those are the things so far that just come to mind when it's a 3-day event. This is something that also crosses my mind as I am putting this video out here. Pricing pressure. Do I charge more? And this is where it gets a little tricky because I'm staring at the booth fee of $695. If I'm going to be paying luxury level fees, I can't be charging flea market pricing. People out there don't know me, don't know my story. They know nothing about my brand. I price too high, I might scare people off, and I'm out here, haggling and bartering in real time. It takes effort, skill, intentions in order for me to make the pieces that I create. So I think I should charge accordingly. But that's a real question for you. What do you do? How do I decide if it's going to be worth it? For me, it comes down to a few things. Who's going to be there? Is this my audience or is this going to be a free for all? Is it going to be a great vibe? Am I going to have a good shot of making my money back without actually compromising my pricing? Like, that's a big one for me. Also, too, I think about $6.95. Could I use it in different ways? Hell yeah, I could. Absolutely, I could. I think about marketing, online ads, photo ops, new inventory. Oh my goodness, I can use the money in so many different ways. I also could spread that $695 into other markets because at best, I've only ever paid $175 for a market. So there are a few things that I must consider in this whole process. Whatever it be, what I'm finding is that these hosts who curate these markets, there's no refunds. Rain, sleet, snow, sunshine, it's going to be a market. So cancellation, you don't get your money back. Yeah, so I need to figure out, do my research, which is going to be the best choice. 1 day, maybe 3 days, maybe. But the experience and the exposure that comes from having done an expo or a market 3 days, I can add that to my resume. So I'm going to put it out there and say this. Drop me a comment. Tell me what you would do if you found value in anything that was said today in this video. I would love for you to share, like, and subscribe if I didn't say that already. Okay. I look forward to talking to you later. I'll call you back and let you know what my decision was. Okay.